You can find the time to give your life to me. I will wait for you. That's all you need. If you can find the time. Whenever you are free, just drop me a line. Tell me where you be. I'll be right here. If you can find the time, just be sincere. You can find the time. You can find the time to give your love to me. I will wait for you. That's all you need. You can find the time whenever you are free. Just drop me a line and tell me will you be here, be here, be here, be here. And tell me will you be here, be here, be here.
All right, everyone. Welcome into season 2. It's official. This is the podcast, or my podcast is retitled Divine Lux Soul. If you guys don't know what that means, it's Divine Light Soul, but Lux is light in Latin. As you can see, guys, I'm dancing only because I just came off of an Atlantis gay cruise. So let's dance some more. Let's do it. I'm feeling the song. All right, everyone, I came back. I just had to finish out that song, but this has been an amazing time, guys. I'm just coming off of a Atlantis gay cruise. That's where I've been for the last 10 days. It was 7 days, but because I had to fly out to Fort Lauderdale, which we stayed, and then we had to travel back. So I was gone from home for 10 days, but I had a 7-day cruise. So with that being said, guys, I'm still riding the high, as you can see, of Atlantis. That was a little bit of what the gay cruise offers. I love that song. And there was many more songs that they played on those 7 days that we were partying at sea. But I wanted to share my Atlantis gay experience. As you can see, Atlantis. I'm still wearing the lanyard. Gay cruise. So, disclaimer time. If you guys rather not hear about a gay cruise, this is your time to tune out. But this is just going to be my my experience or my take on going on my first gay cruise. And this is what this whole episode is about. I'm going to mix in a little bit of spirituality into it because I feel like I'm a different person after walking off of that ship on Monday. The person that went on to that gangway, as they call it, to board the ship when I came back into Miami, just wasn't the same person that walked on there. But with that being said, guys, like I said, this is all about Atlantis, all about gay cruising. So if you guys want to tune in, and those of you guys who are curious about going on a gay cruise, this is your opportunity to take a listen, maybe take a take on my experience, and hopefully that will encourage you to take your own uh, gay cruise next year with them or the years after. And also, guys, secondly, as I introduced when the song was playing, this is officially season 2. I know I started my video with the symphonic planetary alignment. That was like a soft launch into season 2, but I was still in between podcast names, the reason why I didn't really officially say this is season 2. But this episode, Atlantis Gay Cruise, I'm gonna call it, or My Big Gay Cruise. This is official, and season 2 is all about reborn, or renatus in Latin, and everything that on this season 2, is going to be based around being reborn. Because, like I just mentioned a few moments ago, I feel like I was reborn on that ship. More parts of Al died on that ship, and I'll explain what that means later on into the episode. And also want to say too, a big part of Al died last year when I was doing the Sloth series. So the first couple of, episodes of Sloth, that was a lot of Al. But when you guys saw me shirtless in Kona talking about Esprigishki Mini, which was the what's it called, third episode in Sloth, was really me my true self out, expressing itself. And I took that with me on this ship on February 3rd. And like I was just mentioning before, that's the reason why I was shirtless. And, walking onto that gay cruise, 80% of my true self was there. But by the time I walked off that cruise on Monday, February 10th, it was completely my true self living in its true existence. So this is why I wanted to do this episode. And then also I got encouragement from my cousin to do this episode. I wasn't going to do it. I had something else on my mind to talk about, but I think my next episode is going to be whatever I was going to talk about. I'll introduce it towards the end of this episode. But this was an important episode to talk about, and I'll tell you guys in a moment why I believe that this was an important time to talk about this subject. So let me rewind, and I'm going to take it back to my very first episode I've ever did during my time with all of you guys on this. There we go. Come back into focus. Come back into focus. Oh, and back in focus. So I'm going to read an excerpt from my first episode that I talked about. The Untold Want by Life and Land, Nearer Granted, Now Voyager, Sail Forth, and To Seek and Find. And that was a poem by Walt Whitman. And I know for sure that I became that Now Voyager that Betty Davis's character took after her sanitarium visit with Dr. Jackwith. Now, I didn't visit a real sanitarium, but I feel like 2024 was my own personal sanitarium, meaning I grew so much in 2024. I was away from people that I knew. I was away from things that I was familiar to Al. And through reading books, through listening to podcasts, through learning new ideas, going to yogi retreats and yogi workshops, my mind was expanding into so many different avenues, so many different places I could take my mind. And, this podcast helped me to really, I guess, take off into a different trajectory that I probably never would have did if I hadn't done this podcast. And this podcast really is, something born out of my imagination. That's another thing that's come back online is my imagination. Me dancing today with you guys, that was born out of my imagination. And the fact that I imagined it, dreamt it up, and then had the bravery and confidence to dance on camera, says a lot about myself. That I'm opening up, and my true self is living his life for once fully, and not caring how it looks, what it looks like. I'm just having fun with the whole entire experience. And this is what I mean by this gay cruise really uh, set me forth to go seek and find and continue to seek and find. Um, like I said, guys, this is all stemming from the 1942 movie that I talked about in my very first episode, where I was saying this is going to be now Voyager, but for many reasons, we just didn't land on that. But I can still embody that now Voyager mentality of now Voyager self worth to go seek and find, and that's what we did on this cruise. And like to say also, I'm gonna share you guys. I'm gonna share with you guys why we're doing this. You're probably like, Al, why we're talking about a cruise? Al, this is just a ship. Oh, sailing over water. Why is this such a big deal? And what I want to tell you guys is, yes, it's a cruise. Yes, it's a ship sailing over water. But what what that ship, what this cruise signified to me was true change. And I was able to finally live as myself, and that was what Atlantis uh, gifted me with. Once that door closes, or once we board that ship, all of this straight matrix world that we deal with all the time, it just melts away. And when you're around 5,000 other, gay individuals, it's just like this magical gay unicorns, all these fairies all came together, and were all these beautiful people came together for 7 days. And like I said, all that stuff just melts away. So for all of you gay men out there, I'm gonna say lesbians too, if you guys are looking for a true escape from this world that we live in on a day-to-day basis, do Atlantis for 7 days. That is exactly what you feel. You don't feel that. Everyone is super friendly. Everyone's from everywhere. I met people from Canada, beautiful men, Mexico, Guatemala. I met people from France and Germany, England, Australia. They flew out all the way from Australia to do this cruise. Chinese guys, Japanese guys, Koreans. It was just African. People were just from everywhere. And that's what I mean by, it was such a beautiful experience to have, like I said, all these people from around the globe here sailing together in love, in oneness. That's another thing I want to talk about. It was in oneness, and we just had a ball the whole entire time. And my Atlantis gay experience was transformative. And what I mean by that is, like I said, beginning of the episode, I'm not the same person that I was walking on that ship. Meaning Al still had things he had to go through. He was still holding back the first day. He was still shy around some people for some reason. And I didn't want to show my dance skills in front of people. I don't know why I didn't do that, but because the first day was the meet and greet, and there was like an underwear party the first night. So the first night we went down there, but I really didn't dance the way you guys just saw me do in the beginning of this episode. Start this off. I was still kind of, shyly holding back, but I really didn't let loose. And that's what I mean by transformative. And then the transformative moment came for me was when it was day 2. Actually, let me back it up. Like I said, guys, 7 days. Our protocols were St. Martin, St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, and then Labadee, Haiti, which was our third one. But we were supposed to go to Puerto Rico. I know. Woo! That didn't happen. Something with the port wasn't ready to hold a ship size of ours, allure the sea. Royal Caribbean. So we had a full 3 days to sail and just be gay and let loose. And so that's what we did. So the first night was the underwear party, underwear theme party. So, like I said, I danced a little bit, but not a lot. Day two or night two, we had the enchanted theme. And we saw fairies, elves, horses, unicorns, daddies, twinks, anything else you could dream up was running around that enchanted party. And when we were going through the party, me and my friends, Anthony and DQ, we saw the party downstairs because it was in a solarium in the forepart, the cabin, but it was in different tiers. The final, I mean, the main tier was where the dance party was at. Then you can go up to different levels from there. But when we first came down, we're just like, we're not ready for this. So we went to level 2 to get some drinks, some liquid encouragement, people always call it. And so after like maybe a one round, we decided to just move around, meet some guys. And I already met some guys from New York. And then we met our Canadian friends or pals out there. So we were already feeling the vibe. So eventually Anthony was just like, let's just walk around. So we start on the left side. We kind of work our way through the cabin, through the party. And at first, when I saw everyone, I was kind of like dancing and grooving, but like I said, Al was still holding back. But I looked up at the speaker boxes that was set up along the dance floor, and I thought they were like Atlantis go-go boys. And then I looked at everyone. I'm like, these aren't go-go boys. These are regular passengers on the board the ship. So I'm like, oh, I can get up there too. So my true self was just like, just get up there and let's just dance. So I was I launched myself on top of the sauna, one of the hot pools. And then I'm dancing for a while. I think I lost my balance a little bit. And then my friend Anthony was just like, let's just move around. I don't want you to hit your head and fall back into this pool. So I'm like, that's valid. I get it. And so we walk around. We lose Anthony in the crowd because he's talking to some other boy. And then me and DQ continue forward. I think I lose him in the crowd somewhere. And then I get to one of the speaker boxes. And I'm looking up. There's only one guy on there. And then lo and behold, my true self was just like, let's get up there. So I was just like, okay, let's do this. So the music came on. I think How Deep Is Your Love came on. And then I just started vibing. I think I had checked out and I just started vibing. So that's what I mean by, dancing. I just love to dance. And the dancing just attracted many other guys that I wouldn't have talked to because I was just in a loincloth, a harness, and I had like a flowery wreath over my head. So I was just on the speaker box dancing. I think the guy next to me was either Korean or Latino. We did some videos together. It was just a whole vibe for like 2-3 hours. I don't know where I found the energy. All I know is that my true higher self loves to dance. So it was moving my body through space and time. We were back bending. We were squatting. Like I said, my true self loves being physical. It likes to sweat. It likes to feel my muscles burning as I'm moving, although they're they're probably about to burn out. But we continued on. So that went on for like hours on the speaker boxes dancing. And then I was able to meet some of the Wakanda or some of Black guys on the next speaker over. So they were giving me energy. I was giving them energy. So it was just like we were just bouncing back. So that's what I mean by transformative, guys. It's like I just let myself out, and people just responded with, really kind words about my dancing skills. So that's what I mean by transformative. And then, like I said, I felt it was freeing for me to finally be out there dancing again. I believe one of the other nights I was dancing with some of the guys, and one Canadian guy was just like, do you go or have you go-goed? And I'm like, yeah, I do it every now and then when I'm in San Diego. He was like, because you can move and dance to this stuff, this music. I don't think he really listens to it on a regular basis. And I just told him, I said, you give me a beat, I'll dance to it. It doesn't matter. And plus, I love techno house and EDM, and it just really just it makes my body move. I just love dancing to it. It's upbeat. So yeah, that was just a taste of what I did, but there was more going on. But anyway, guys, that was transformative and freeing for me to be out there and just be myself and dance as myself for once, and not hold back and try to do something else because I think I'm going to be judged for not listening to hip hop and R&B. But with that being said, like I said, you give me a beat, I'll dance to it. Another thing that happened on that cruise was I felt re-energized, meaning I can do anything. Especially with like the party themes. I realized that I can dream things up and I can implement it and be brave enough to pull the outfits off without any judgment. And also, with that being said, meaning I can talk to anyone I want. And that was another thing that I was still being shy about, was talking to guys, especially if they were like really, really hot. You know, Before this cruise, I wouldn't make eye contact. I would just, leave my eye contact and, not talk to the guy. But on this cruise, I was able to look guys in the eyes, say hello. They said hello back. We probably kissed a couple times, So that's what I mean by like I felt like I can do anything, is because once I put my mind to it, once I had the belief in my head that I could say hi to this person, then it just came all into place. So I had so many different numbers, different cards, keep in touch by the time I left the cruise. So it was truly transformative and amazing for me to be that way and to live as myself. And also independence. What I liked about Anthony and DQ, the friends I went with, was we didn't have to stay together the whole entire time. Meaning, we probably most of the time we came together for our um, afternoon tea dances or night parties. But if one of them has something else to do, they're just like, "Oh, Al, we'll just meet you there." Or if two of us went, one was just like, "Oh, we'll just meet you there." So with that being said, there were a few parties where I just walked into the party by myself and got a drink and just started moving and dancing and talking to people. And that's what I mean by like my independence really came online. It's like that I could go explore on my own. And then when my friends showed up, then we can, all bond and hang together. But before that, I was encouraged to do things independently of them. So that was a great thing for me to feel and do walking off of the ship. And then this this Atlantis cruise rebooted my imagination. Meaning, I always told myself that I'm not creative. I told myself that I don't like Halloween because of an experience I had as a little boy. But that was just all a charade. I always told myself I didn't have an imagination. And what I mean by not having an imagination is I never really created anything as an adult. I let that go. Drawing, dancing, um, you know, maybe doing some singing here and there. All that creative stuff, Al just decided not to do and told myself that I'm not creative. And maybe a month before the Atlantis sent us, the theme parties. So, like I said, we had underwear theme, we had the enchanted theme, we had a pink party, we had a futuristic party, we had a disco party, we had a white party. So, with all that being said, you had to have costumes. Well, they encouraged us to have costumes, and when I first got the list, I wasn't gonna dress up at all. I was just gonna go as myself. But as I was talking with Anthony and DQ, that's when I was just like, okay, Al, it's time to reignite your imagination and it's time to dress up. So I went in my closet, I looked at some stuff, and I kind of felt like a kid again. I had a harness, jock straps, and other underwear, other masks that I could wear. And I just started using my imagination and spinning these costumes into reality. So there were a few pieces I had to go on Amazon to what's it called, to order, but for the most part, I already had stuff in my closet. I just had to pull it all out, look at everything, and say, I can match that with that. I can match that with that. And then another thing about the costumes is I had to have the bravery to wear it. And believe I was worthy enough to wear that outfit and solely, own it, solely put it out there. And it was really great reception from the guys when I did pop out of my room and wear my costumes. And like I said, Al would have probably changed his mind, said you can't wear that, you're showing too much skin. But my true self was just like, "Well, that looks good, let's go." You've got the body to wear this. Let's just go out there and do it. And that's what I did. I just walked out my cabin and stateroom with confidence and got up in those speaker boxes every night and just danced my butt off. So that was an amazing thing that I walked away from with this from this cruise. And that's what I mean by I think this Halloween I'll probably dress up now that I know I can do it. And that's what I mean, guys, by, I know it's just a gay cruise, but everything I just mentioned, transformative, being free, re-energizing myself, re-energizing my independence, and rebooting my imagination that I just I stifled. But this Atlantis gay cruise brought it back online. The reason why I'm here talking to you guys today about the cruise. And then it's just, for those who like to go, this is just overall fun, guys. And what do I mean by that? It's just not all the party. I mean, yes, this is the big gay party. So if you guys would like to party for 7 days, you're more than welcome to do that. And I forgot to add this into the show today. Atlantis gives people the options to make this cruise whatever you want it to be. If you want to be the party boy, you are more than encouraged to do that. You can hit every party, dance to your heart's desire if you want to. You can be the ship's nymph, meaning you could open up your shop. You can let the boys know, come on in anytime, and they encourage that too. That's fine. If you just want to see all the shows and just minus out the party side, that's fine. If you just want to lounge by the pool all day, play some pool games with Ben, he was our ship director for the week, you can do that too. If you just want to stare at the ocean the whole time and eat, that's fine. They just gave people so many different options. So that's what I mean, guys, by being independent is you choose to have an experience on this gay cruise because there are so many things going on. You get the opportunity to choose how you want to spend your 7 days aboard Atlantis. And that's why I'm going to encourage people to book this cruise if you truly want to feel what I felt during these last 7 days. And I'm still riding the high of it. I miss it. I truly miss being around beautiful gay men the whole entire 7 days, and people were so friendly to each other. Like I said, there was kindness and love. When you looked at different people, you didn't have to worry if they were straight or, as we call it, straight boy bait. None of that stuff was existing. We all knew we were gay. We all knew we were there for one purpose, and people were just friendly to each other, and they truly got along with one another. So that was wonderful. And then, yeah, so dining options were great. I truly love that. If you guys are going to do the cruise and you select the dining package, I would encourage you guys to uh, do it in advance. Meaning, on day one when we boarded up, my friends Anthony and DQ, they had a express pass, so they were way ahead of me in line. So we were texting each other, and Anthony was just like, "I'm just gonna set up everything." So there was a Central Park part of the Lure of the Seas, and this is where you had like the 150 um, Central Park Chops. There was an Italian grill. There was another really fancy restaurant. And if you guys would like to do these restaurants, do not call the day of, because most of the time these restaurants are booked up. So if you guys are doing the Atlantis Gate Cruise, I would highly suggest when you come into the ship, beeline it straight over to one of the attendants and set up all of your dinner reservations in advance. So thank you, Anthony, for doing that. That was wonderful. It was good to take a break from the buffet. That's what I'm trying to say is there are buffets available, but we have buffets all the time in America. So sometimes it's nice to sit down at a really nice dinner while you're selling the seas and just have a really fabulous experience. And they do a really good job. So if you guys are doing dinners, book them in advance when you get to ship that day. And then once you finish up with that, you can just experience. You just live free, live gay, be happy, and you just show up for dinner and you don't have to worry about where I'm going to eat for the night. And I also want to say, guys, the shows were freaking amazing. The first night we saw Aqua show. There were a lot of divers and acrobats. That was amazing. That was in the Aqua auditorium outside in the back of the ship. That was a beautiful show. We saw Shangela. I was really surprised that she was a comedian. I don't really watch Drag Race, but she did a really funny set. So if you guys do see her having a show somewhere in LA or somewhere else, go. She's amazing. I liked her content and what she had to say. She kept us captivated for an hour, pretty much. And who else do I see? Cacophony Daniels. She's out of New York. She sang for a whole hour, and she was really funny. You can't miss her name. She's the only one with it. Cacophony Daniels, meaning she just lives spiritually in all directions all the time. So she's a lot of fun. If you guys want to see her as a drag show. Another one that was really fun was Mary Mack. She's out of the United Kingdom. She was the last drag queen that we saw. She was hilarious. She sang. She was a comedian. She read a little bit. But she did an amazing job. So, the drag queens are running around the ship. When they all did fantastic. Most of them sang. And they have really good content in their shows. So that just really showed me how creative we really all are. Because all of these shows were dreamt up out of their imaginations, and they got on that stage. Oh, Monet, she's a comedian too. Oh my gosh, I would go see her again. She did a really good job. But once again, guys, all these people just encouraged me to recharge my imagination and bring it back to life. And then also, like I said, I encourage people to, and I encourage myself every day to implement it and go forth with the confidence every day, because your imagination is the most important thing that we're ever going to possess in this life, and it creates everything about you. And that's what I wanted to say about that. And other shows that we saw, Mamma Mia. Gosh, those Broadway kids really brought the Broadway experience to the ship. It went on for 2.5 hours, but what they did was freaking amazing. The cast did great acting. It was superb singing, and the boys in the show are really hot. And it was set to ABBA. I love ABBA. I'm going to say it today. It was just a vibe the whole time. I mean, ABBA's a vibe on its own, but it was an amazing time. And what other shows did we see? Alyssa Ray from American Idol. I didn't watch her season, but from what she did, I feel like I saw a Tony winner already and a Grammy Award winner. She is going to do a lot of great things with her voice. She's going to do a lot of great things with her career. And me and my friends and other people who were at that show can truly walk away and say, we saw you on a gay Atlantis cruise back in 2025. before all of your songs came about. So this is what I mean, guys, by the experience on the ship is super superb. They bring on a lot of good acts. We had different DJs come in. We had another Eurovision artist come in, and they sang their song. So it was just so much going on the ship all the time, guys. And like I said, if you take the time to explore the ship, it's an amazing experience. And I really do encourage everyone to watch the shows. If you're ever on a cruise, take a break from whatever you're doing, take the time out, an hour, maybe 2 hours, and go see the shows. And then we also had a great list of comedians that came in there to entertain us. That was wonderful. So it's so much going on, guys, on ships. I would highly suggest it. We also had let's see what else is going on that ship. The protocols were amazing. Like I said, our first one was St. Martin. That was cool. We went to Maho Beach. I think I'm saying that right. That's where the planes take off right on the beach and they, land. And we actually saw a plane take off, and some people were blown in. Literally, I'm not kidding you guys. Blown into the freaking ocean. That was a wild thing to witness. That this actually does happen. It's just not on YouTube. This is for real. So that was kind of cool to do that. And I picked up some coconut tea. I had that yesterday. That was amazing. And then we had these rum slushies coming out of St. Martin. Got back on the ship, danced the night away to a theme that night. I forget which one it was. And then we get to St. Thomas. Not much was going on in St. Thomas, obviously. But we went to Delilah's. So if you guys are out there in St. Thomas sometime in the Virgin Islands, go. They're on, what's it called? Island time. However, the food that comes out is flipping amazing. So if you guys are out there at Protocol, find Delilah's. It's really good food, delicious food, and check it out. And then our last stop was Labadee. That was on Saturday. And not much to say about Labadee. Royal Caribbean bought a lot of land out there. So if you guys do go with Royal Caribbean or sail with them, cruise with them, it's all Royal Caribbean. So you don't need your passport out there. You don't need your credit card. It's all the ship. It's all Royal Caribbean, which means they do feed you guys lunch that day. We went on one of the roller coasters out there. That was lovely to see the beautiful, lush mountains and jungles of the island. And Saturday was my rest day, meaning I was partied out. I just needed a beach chair to to lounge and catch up on sleep because, like I said, since Monday through Friday, it was just a big party, and I was just super tired by Saturday, and I got recharged on Sunday. But yeah, it was just a really good time. I liked it. But anyway, guys, that was happening. So what am I trying to say, guys? 35th anniversary. Those Atlantis boys know how to throw a party. They kept us entertained for 7 days. And with that being said, guys, to sum it all up, we had shows, there were acrobats, there were dancers, we had comedians, we had games, drag queens were running around the ship, DJs, disco, tech, house, glitter. We had pups, cubs, daddies, otters, unicorns, fairies, elves. And more importantly, guys, we had ABBA running around that ship. So I would highly encourage you guys to go on a Atlantis Gay cruise. If you guys are deciding on this cruise, make sure you do it in advance. They do book up fast. So if you guys would like to do it, encourage you guys to go with friends. You don't have to go with friends. The Atlantis will do the best they can to partner you up or give you guys a person to stay with so you can split the cost of the room. Because the single room is really costly. It's kind of, I say not costly, it's pricey. But once again, if you guys want to go alone, you can do that. You can, team up with someone else. And like I said, Atlantis would do what they can to help you guys find a good roommate. That's a good way to put it, roommate. Let's see what else I could tell you guys about the Atlantis cruise. Um, oh, you don't have to pay the price all at one time. You can split it up into different payments, which is what I did. So I had to fly my butt off, but it was worth every cent. It was worth every penny. So I would highly encourage that. And let me see what else I could say about this. Oh yeah, this is for all the black and brown boys out there, and also other people who like hip hop and R&B. They were doing a trial run uh, to see if this is going to work. So if they do have it when you guys go on your Atlantis cruise, show up. Please show up. The only way change can happen, guys, is if we show up to these events because it lets them know that people are interested in listening to hip hop and R&B and, not forcing everyone to always have to listen to techno house and EDM. So once again, guys, if you do go on the Atlantis Gay Cruise, if they do offer a hip hop night, if they do offer something like that, please go. Because once we show the cruise that this is a necessary thing to have on the ship, they will have more better DJs come in to really highlight, the culture, highlight our music. And and also, I also want to say to that, we weren't the only ones in there. It wasn't just black and brown. There were other, Caucasian white guys that came in there to dance with us. So it's just a really all inclusive thing. So once again, guys, if you do go on the cruise, please attend those nights. We want to make sure that there's diversity. I'm going to use inclusion on these ships as time. And there's, like I said, there's a really good mix of guys. So if you guys like to go, please go. Um, and talk to everyone. Say hi to everyone. Don't be shy, guys. This is your time to be yourself. Once that door closes, guys, once that gangway closes up, be yourself and express yourself. Live out loud as you want. And that's what I'm trying to say about this gay cruise. So let me sum it up. For me, like I said, guys, I'm not the same person that I was walked on that ship. I'm more free, I'm re-energized, I'm more independent. My imagination is back online. I'm going to talk about that in the next episode a little more in detail on why I keep coming back to imagination. And oh, we got free gifts. I forgot about that. They gave us this nifty duffel bag. I'm going to try to use that sometime. And then hope you guys can see this. I think we got a Atlantis towel or a big towel. And I'm going to save this lanyard or my sea pass. So I can remind myself that this was my first gay cruise and won't be my last one. I'll probably sit out 2026 only because I want to do another cruise, but I'll be back in 2027. So I'd love to see all of you guys. If you guys want to go, let's do it and let's have a really wonderful time. And I also want to say this, guys, before I leave today. And I was watching Willy Wonka yesterday. I was preparing myself for my next episode. But I want to say with this, guys, with all the shows, with all the parties, with everything I just talked about, this resonated with me. I want to say we are the music makers. We are the dreamers of the dream. And what that means, guys, is make your own music in this life. That's what I want to encourage you guys to do after this episode. I'm making my own music now, and I encourage all of you guys to go forward. And you are the dreamer of your dream, meaning you got to take control of your life, guys. This is your dream. This is your reality. This is your life. You can dream anything you want to dream if you just believe. You dream it in your imagination, you bring it into your consciousness, and your dream is going to come true. And that's what I want to leave you guys with is we are the music makers. We are the dreamers of the dream. All right, guys, I've talked enough this Thursday morning. It's raining out in San Diego today, but we need it. But I took the day off from the gym to talk to you guys. So once again, guys, go forward, continue to seek and find, be curious about everyone and everything. And I will talk to you guys on another episode. Once again, guys, this is this is the rebranding episode, the reborn episode, Renata's, and this is the Divine Lux Soul podcast. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Thank you so much.